Hey everybody, Yankee here. I don't know how many of you are familiar with Judge Benitez from California, and I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. But if you're not, you should be. He is a judge who is almost solely responsible for striking down a lot of California's anti-gun laws. He's been issuing stays, he's been making rulings against things like magazine bans, assault weapons bans, etc. He's really been taking the Bruen decision to heart and making good decisions when it comes to constitutional law regarding the Second Amendment. Well, because of this, politicians in California who are not only willing to break the law and violate the Constitution themselves, they have no tolerance for other people who won't and who follow the law. So since he's been going against their wishes and saying, hey, these things are unconstitutional, they've launched a witch hunt against him. And, I'm not one who says witch hunt very easily. But you know something? They're going after him because they say he took a 13-year-old girl who was going down a bad path. Her father was in court already. She was there with him. He told the judge that his daughter is following right in his footsteps. The judge brought her up to the defendant's stand and handcuffed her just for a few minutes, just for a little while, and asked her, how does that feel? And now they're going after him saying, oh, this is a gross violation of his, ethics and blah, 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 that this was just a monstrous thing to do. Well, anyone who's worked in the juvenile courts or in family court knows that that's ridiculous. And here's a little secret for you. I worked in the juvenile courts when I did my apprenticeships and my internships and when I did my student work. That was pretty much all in the juvenile courts and family courts. And then later when I went to work in my profession, I started off in the juvenile courts and the family courts, working as a representative and a liaison. So, and an advocate. So I've been inside a courtroom quite a few times. And I will tell you, I have seen judges handcuff kids, ages 12 and up. I have seen them take them into custody and send them to the county jail and let them get a little tour for the day. Has no one ever heard of scared straight? What this judge did, what Benitez did, was just a minor act that is common when trying to put kids back on the right path. He did nothing egregious, nothing horrifying. He put a set of bracelets basically on a 13-year-old girl, and I don't know how many of you out there have or have ever been around a 13-year-old girl, but they are without a doubt pure evil, without any exception. So all he did was put some bracelets on a piece of evil and sit it on a stand for a few minutes and say, how does that feel? And do you ever want to be here like your father's here right now? Like I said, that's a minor thing. Happens all the time. I've seen judges do way worse to kids 12 and older. So that was something small. And the fact that they're going after him right now, while he's in the middle of these decisions, that shows you what the politicians are like there. They don't give a crap about the Constitution, and they don't tolerate people who do. People who rebuke them. Almost was doing this very well there till then. But they have no tolerance for that. They believe that whatever they say is law, regardless of the Constitution, and that anyone stands against them will face their wrath. And that's what this is. So if you live in California, let your representatives know how you feel about this witch hunt. Let them know, hey, anyone who has any experience in the courts knows this is nothing. A big nothing burger. I've seen little old lady judges do far worse. I've seen the most liberal judges you'd ever see in your life send kids to juvenile detention for a day just so they can see what it's like. Just because they were, given attitude in the courtroom, even when they weren't on trial. Kids on the wrong path being set straight. Like I said, has never anyone heard of scared straight? So this is just a witch hunt by the politicians in California for Benitez because they don't like the fact that he's honoring the Constitution and striking down their little fascist gun laws. Hey everyone, Yankee here. In my videos, we often cover some complicated subjects. subjects with a lot of gray area. So if you would like to further discuss anything said in my videos, please join us in one of my live chats. Live chats are held most days at 6 p.m. Pacific time, except for Monday and Wednesday when they are at 5 p.m. Pacific. There is a clickable link to the live chats in the upper right-hand corner of this video. If you disagree with anything I've said in a video, feel free to participate in Spank the Yank. You can come on the live discussion panel and let me know face to face how I was wrong.